Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am Professor Hassan and you are watching my channel Professor Hassan Humayun. It is lecture number 13 for the preparation for the post of statistical officer. In the last 12 lectures, I have discussed 4 important topics of statistics and we have discussed many numerical as well as theoretical questions for the topics of measures of central tendency, measure of dispersion, classification and introduction to statistics. Today from lecture number 13 I am going to start the topic of standard probability distributions, a very important topic, and I will start from the binomial distribution. Before starting today's vital lecture, I request everyone subscribe to my channel, like and share my channel and click the bell icon for the notifications of the next important videos. Let's start. Question number 1 of today's lecture is: a binomial random variable is a continuous random variable, b ordinal random variable, C dependent variable, D discrete random variable. Dear students, if there are 92% chances of the survival of a patient for a particular disease and there are 8 patients in a hospital and you are to calculate, you are to find, you are to estimate the probability of 2 patients who will survive. Now the random variable is discrete. It is discrete when you have whole numbers. If you want to find out the probability of 3 patients for the survival from a particular disease, it is discrete random variable. In that case, in all these cases, we use binomial distribution. Discrete random variable is the correct option in the exam. Question number 2: which of the following is not a condition of the binomial distribution? A, only 2 possible outcomes. Yes, that is a property of the binomial distribution. There are 2 possible outcomes, success or failure. Number 2, has constant probability of success. Yes, P is fixed for all the trials in the binomial experiment. C, trials must be independent. Yes, we have with replacement the trials are independent. D, must have at least 3 trials. That is not the condition of the binomial distribution. That is the correct option actually. Now question number 3: in which distribution the successive trials are with replacement? A, hypergeometric distribution. No, in hypergeometric we have without replacement. B, binomial distribution. Yes, in binomial distribution we have with replacement. Trials are with replacement. Question number 4: which of the following is not an assumption of the binomial distribution? A, all trials must be identical. That is correct one. That is the assumption of the binomial distribution. B, all trials must be independent. Yes. C, each trial must be classified as a success or failure. Yes, all are the correct options actually. Number 5, repeated trials are normally referred to: A, gamma distribution, B, uniform distribution, C, binomial distribution. Binomial distribution is the correct option in the exam. Question number 6: probability mass function of a binomial distribution with usual notation is, we know the formula to calculate the probability with the help of the binomial distribution is NCX P raised to power x q raised to power n minus x. This is the probability mass function of the binomial distribution. Question number 8: the parameters of the binomial distribution are, there are 2 parameters, n and p. Question number 9: parameters of the distribution are n and p. There are 2 parameters. Question number 10: the mean of the binomial distribution. We know mean of the binomial distribution n multiplied by p and its variance is npq and the standard deviation is under root npq. Next question number 11: mean is always greater than its variance. Please keep in mind, because npq is the variance and mean is np, q is always less than 1. When we multiply any number with the quantity which is less than 1, it is reduced, it is decreased. That's why NP is always greater than NPQ in the binomial distribution. Next question, number 12, is very important. If I write mean is equal to mu is equal to NP, if I write variance is equal to sigma square is equal to NPQ. Just consider sigma square is equal to, for NP I can put mu Q. This is the relationship between mean and variance, a very Q. This is the relationship between mean and variance, a very important question for all the papers of statistics. If you multiply mean with the probability of failure, then you can get the variance. Sigma square is equal to mu Q. Next question, number 13, is in a binomial distribution, mean is k times the variance. What is the value of k? What is the question? A very conceptual one. Actually, mean is k times its variance, and we have to calculate the value of k. And we know, we have discussed in the previous multiple choice question, sigma square is equal to mu q. Just consider these two. If I find out the value from sigma square over here, that will be 1 over k mu. Just compare them. Sigma square is equal to this much and sigma square is equal to this much. These will also be equal. 1 over k mu is equal to mu q. Now mu will be cancelled with mu and k will be equal to 1 over q. It means k is equal to 1 over q, and the option can also be in the exam 1 over 1 minus p. This is the option. Actually, k is equal to 1 over 1 minus p. Next question is, in a binomial distribution, mean is k times the variance. Again the same question. Mean is k times the variance. That is the information which is given. What is the value of the inverse of k? Now we have to calculate 1 over k actually. And the same situation we will use sigma square is equal to q mu, and here sigma square is equal to 1 over k mu. If you compare these two, take them equal. 1 over k mu is equal to q mu. These will be cancelled and 1 over k will be equal to q. Now we will not calculate the value of k actually. The question is, what is the value of inverse of k? 1 over k, and that is equal to 1 over k is equal to 1 minus p, or only q you can write. A very conceptual question. Question number 15, a very important one. If p is equal to q, dear students, a very conceptual question. If p is equal to q is equal to 1 by 2 or 0.5, then there is no skewness. The distribution is symmetric. And if you have p less than q, less than 0.5, the distribution is positively skewed. And if you have p is greater than q, greater than 0.5, then we have negatively skewed. Next question is movement generating function of the binomial distribution. MGF, movement generating function, a function which means it is q plus p into e raised to t whole power n. And if, for example, in the exam the question is given like 1 by 2, 1 by 4 plus 3 by 4 into e raised to t whole power 5, and you are to calculate, for example, probability of 1. How will you calculate? We know the formula NCX multiply p raised to power x q raised to power n minus x, and we know this is the movement generating function. Just compare these two. It means n is 5, q is 1 over 4, and p is 3 by 4. Just substitute the values and you can find out the probability of any random variable value. Next question is, if in a binomial distribution, n is 1, then expectation of x is, dear students, that is a Bernoulli trial. In that case, when n is equal to 1, mean is always equal to p. Question is, the mean of a binomial distribution is 4. Next question, number 19, I think that is mean is given, that is 4, and variance is given, that is 3, and we have to calculate p. We know the formula of mean is np. It is given 4 and variance is npq. It is 3. If I divide this by this much, npq over np is equal to 3 by 4. q will be 3 by 4 and p will be 1 minus q, that will be 1 by 4 will be the correct option in the exam. A very important question. Next question is for a binomial distribution. N is 10, probability of x is equal to 5 is equal to 2 times probability of x is equal to 4, and we are to calculate n. We are to calculate, just take the help of this one, and we are to calculate p actually. What is the formula? NCX, 10c, n is given 5, p raised to power x and q raised to power n minus x. 10 minus 5 is 5 is equal to 2 times 10c4, p raised to power 4, q raised to power 6. Now you will have to find out 10c5 is 252. 252, p raised to power 5, q raised to power 5 is equal to 2 times, it is 210 actually. P raised to power 4, q raised to power 6. These 4 powers will be cancelled with this much and 5 powers will be this much. Now 252 over 420 is equal to q over p. Now if you cancel them, the answer of that will be 3p is equal to 5q. 3p is equal to 5 into 1 minus p. 3p is equal to 5 minus 5p. 3p plus 5p is equal to 5. 8p is equal to 5 and p will be equal to 5 by 8. A very important numerical question for all the papers of statistics. Dear students, please comment on today's lecture. Assalamu alaikum.